Yeah. How's it looking? Really cool, right?
Lights on. Yeah, I like the jacket.
So my name is Ante Becker-Benton, and I work for Save the Children, which is one of the partners under Agency for All. We are what you would call the Social and Behavior Change Partner, SBC. And my specific role, I was involved in the proposal and shaping actually some of the design. Yeah, I mean, if I think about what's the difference between proposal design and where we're at the moment, I immediately remember that we're only in the first year. And for a global project, that's not much. And a project of that size, and one that won because of its Southern partnership. That was one of the winning factors, actually. That was the edge that this project brought. Apart from, UCSD's or, let's say, Rebecca's experience in leading these projects, that was also important. I would say we're in, norming, storming, and figuring out roles and responsibilities of the partners, and are right in front and in the middle of the difficult task to involve the Southern partners in a different way than other global projects have done in the past. And that is no small task. That is not for the faint of heart, because a lot of the discussions that should actually be had with the donors are happening between the partners. And there's a lot of role modeling that's supposed to happen, and at the same time, the conditions of a project actually haven't changed. And even though our U.S. representative, our USAID AOR is, very has great vision, she still represents kind of quite a crusty structure in her back, and that's all difficult to balance. And so, we have to figure out between those different cultures how we deal with each other, and how we not categorize each other in different ways, and try to not buy into possible misunderstandings, and be willing to address conflicts and not too hidden, probably also quite head on. Because there are huge conflict lines that kind of run across this project. It's the North and the South. It's kind of the bottom line of the money. Who gets what? Who makes decisions? Who has the power? And at the same time, there is a clear hierarchy, and we can't hide that. There is a prime that makes the decisions, that is accountable to the funder. That will not go away. And they will have to navigate that. And then there's partners who have to kind of make their voices heard. And we'll all have to find a way to, we are in a structure. The structure is hierarchical. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Because that's how the funding runs. Follow the money is always what I say when you get confused. That's all I can say about it. It's like, there is a lot that goes into it. And we I think one of the biggest things is not to categorize each other. And this is where I think the human, element comes back in. Yeah, you're the prime, you're always saying this. Or you're the sub, you're always saying this. You're the Southern partner, you're always saying this. It's, it will be really important to kind of stay in dialogue, to say things that are difficult, to dare to, and to make sure that your counterpart is not making it easy for themselves to categorize you. I dare. I dare to do things, to say things. I take myself serious enough to get active. I have enough encouragement to do things, to say things. I am in a situation where I'm not being punished to do things and say things.
You offer me your definition for this concept of agency.
I like the component where it can be group agency, community agency, where you're a bit more protected. It can be positive and negative. So it could be, group agency could also mean that some individuals don't like what the group agency represents, what the group dare represents. On the other hand, it could also propel people who are in their group to have more and empowerment is only linked to self. You can't empower anybody else. So when it's agency and empowerment, people empower themselves, groups empower themselves, and that's a great result. So, we may have abused agency, but what I'm so looking forward to is phrases out of local languages that would have the courage, the dare, the I can, I want to, I will, or we will. And what does the interaction between the two do?
People have shared a word or a phrase that
Of course. Here it is.
that came up for them while we were speaking.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you have a word or a phrase that has stayed with you after our conversation here that you would like to refer.